Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's exciting YouTube Live event. I'm Christina Lai, your host for these sessions, and I'm thrilled to be here with all of you. So today, we have a truly enlightening and thought-provoking topic to delve into. But before we dive in, let me set the stage for what's ahead. We are here to explore the dynamic intersections of smart manufacturing and artificial intelligence. So today's topic, tea time data IR 4.0 in smart manufacturing using artificial intelligence the right way, is both intriguing and timely. We're going to delve into the essentials of successfully integrating AI into the realm of smart manufacturing. Dr. Saifullah will take us through the journey, step by step, from setting clear goals to effectively communicating complex AI-driven processes. So, what can you expect from our sessions today? Our agenda is structured to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of the topic, which is setting clear goals, learning new technologies, adapting to existing technologies, and also effective communications and visualization. So, please feel free to ask any questions you have related to the topic, whether it's about the integration of AI in manufacturing, responsible AI implementation, or any insights Dr. Saifullah shared during the session. To ask the questions, simply type it in the comment sections below. Your questions will not only enrich your understanding, but also contribute to a more interactive and engaging experience for everyone. We will answer all your questions at the end of the talk in our Q&A session. With that, let me introduce our speaker. Dr. Saifullah is an accomplished expert in the field of smart manufacturing and artificial intelligence. With his wealth of knowledge and experience, he is the perfect guide to take us through the intricate landscape of Industry 4.0 and the role of AI within it. So, I can already sense the excitement in the air, and I am personally looking forward to the insights Dr. Saifullah is about to share with us. So, without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Saifullah to the virtual stage. Get ready to be inspired, informed, and engaged in these enlightening discussions about the future of smart manufacturing and AI integration. Remember, these sessions is all about interaction. So don't hesitate to drop your questions and comments in the chat as we go along. After that, we will be having a Q&A sessions with Dr. Saifullah during the end of the session. Now, let's kick off this incredible journey into the world of tea time data, IR 4.0 in smart manufacturing, using artificial intelligence the right way. So, I'll pass the floor to you, Dr. Saifullah.
Thank you, Christina, for the kind introduction. So, as mentioned by my host for today, Christina, my name is Dr. Saifullah Razali. I am the program leader for Bachelor of Engineering Honors Robotics and Artificial Intelligence from the University of Hertfordshire, which we run here in Singapore in this academy called PSB Academy. As you can see, I also work from time to time with academies like Quantatics Academy. So today we are going to be talking about IR 4.0 or Industrial Revolution 4.0 smart manufacturing using artificial intelligence the right way. So how do we use artificial intelligence to make manufacturing smart? Okay, in the point of view of Industrial Revolution 4.0. So before we dive into that, I'd like to show you this timeline. Okay, obviously, before Industrial Revolution 4.0, there was Industrial Revolution 1.0, right, which started in 1784. So this Industrial Revolution started because us as human beings, we moved from making food, making clothes, which we can make in bulk. We moved from making them in our households to the factories. So factories are making them now, as you can see today. Okay, so instead of making food and clothes in bulk at homes, factories are making them now, so they can be sold and bought by the customers. So this is where the start of industries happen. Um, in the year 1784, it started. Okay, at that time, um, the machines were powered by steam and water and charcoal. Okay, and then the second industrial revolution, IR 2.0, happened. It started in 1870. It started because of the birth of electric. Electric made everything more efficient. We save money, we save time, we save manpower, and so on because of electric. So that's why Industrial Revolution 2.0 was said to be started in 1870 because of electric, the birth of electric. Uh, and then the third industrial revolution happened in the 1969, in the year 1969, because some machines became automated with the use of computers and electronics and so on. But it's not 100% automated yet. Um, it's not really artificial intelligence yet until now. Uh, it started in the early 2000s, the fourth industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence, big data, robotics, and more to come, hopefully, were used in the industry to make everything more efficient. That has always been the goal of this industries, to make everything more efficient, right? Okay, so before I go further into our agenda today, I'd like to also show you this real world case study, the case study of Rachel Wood. Okay, because we are going to be talking about artificial intelligence a lot today. So the case of Rachel Wood would basically demonstrate that, would help me demonstrate all the examples that I'm going to be using throughout my talk today. Okay, by the way, my talk is going to be for about 1 hour to 1 hour and a half today. I was given the time of 1 hour to 1 hour and a half, and we will be talking like what Christina mentioned. We will be interacting. If you have any question, you can ask me. And also, I would be demonstrating how to be using data to do some prediction. Okay, this is the big bulk of artificial intelligence, to be using data to do some prediction after. Okay, after this talk, there's a little bit of an introduction about that. Okay, so the case of Rachel Wood, who was trying to get into this position of social media strategist. I am not allowed to say in which company. Okay, it is one of the big conglomerate that all of us knows, but I'm not supposed to say which company it is. So Rachel Wood was interviewed by this machine, not a human, this machine interviewer, for her to be placed in this position of social media strategist. So as you can see on your bottom right here, you can see the rating of Rachel Wood so far while this interview was going. So she is getting the rating of 3.5 stars so far. This is because of a few matters that can be seen by the machines. For example, the tone of her voice. You can see the tone of her voice, which is depicted by this up and down lines here. And then her facial feature, and then the words that she is using. Okay, those matters, those features are actually called modality in terms of artificial intelligence. So as you can see, there's the image modality, that's the tone modality, the tone of her voice, the words that she is using in the interview. So these three modalities are taken for her to be given that rating just now by the machine, which will tell the decision makers, which is still human being for now, human beings are still the final decision makers for now. Our managers are still the human beings for now. So the final decision makers are going to be making the decision of whether Rachel is a good social media strategist, is a good addition to the company or not, according to the prediction by these machines, right? So there's actually 25,000 data points in total that can be gathered from this kind of video interviews, but we are just going to be talking about these three for now, just to make it simple. Okay, so image is one modality, tone is the second modality, words is the third modality. So we put these modalities into tables like this. Okay, so modality A is the image, modality B is the tone, modality C is the words that were used by Rachel Wood. Rachel Wood is in the first row, by the way. This is Rachel Wood in the first row. The second row is the second person that is being interviewed. The third row is the third person that is being interviewed. So at the end, a decision is made by the machine that Rachel is a true candidate. She can go into the next round, or she can be finalized as the candidate for this social media strategist position, because her tone and her words used were good, because these are the focus of this interview. This what we call the hyper parameters, the parameters that can be tweaked by the decision makers, whether they want to focus on these parameters or not, right? So the focus obviously in this interview is the tone and the words, because we can see that the machine has labeled Rachel as a true candidate, as a candidate that can go further. Um, Image and tone is also two good modality, but if you fail in the tone department, okay, if Rachel is not using good tone in her interview, then we can see that she is going to be labeled as false. Okay, so this is just an example of how machine learning or artificial intelligence can be used to help us with decision makings. This is the main use of artificial intelligence, actually, to be helping us, to be helping the decision makers to make better decisions. Okay. Okay, so these are the contents, the agenda that we will be talking about today. Let me just set my stopwatch first before we go into this. Okay, so the first, like what has been mentioned by the host, the first chapter, if you like, that we are going to be talking about today is setting clear goals. Okay, what are the clear goals that we need our companies to set up, or we to be setting up ourselves. And then the second chapter, learning and adapting to new technologies. Okay, so learning and adapting to new technologies or existing technologies are basically the same thing, because in this uh, field, everything moves very fast, everything is very rapid, right? This new technologies comes to us today, and tomorrow it will already be a technology that's already has been accepted by everyone, right? So we know, all of us knows this already. Technologies are very fast, especially the technology that we are going to be talking about today. Artificial intelligence is very fast. Every day there's always some changes, some updates to artificial intelligence. And then chapter 3, effective communication and visualization. How are we supposed to visualize this? How are we supposed to communicate this to our peers, our colleagues, our boss, and so on, right? Once we have this idea, once we have analyzed the data that we have gathered, and we have the prediction that we want to communicate, how, what is the best way for us to communicate this idea, this data, to our boss and our colleagues and our peers and so on. Okay, so we are going to get through this one by one today, in 1 hour more or less, and then there's a bit of demonstration. Okay. Okay, setting clear goals. So the ultimate goal, all of us knows, is well-being. We need to be happy no matter what we do. That is the ultimate goal for everyone, right? The happiness and well-being of the workforces is directly linked to company growth. Okay, so the more the company grow, the happier we are. Basically, that is the X to Y comparison. Okay, for example, flexible schedules. It could be a factor that when your company gives you flexible schedule, that you will be more happy, so that we don't have to work from 9 to 5 anymore. We can just come to work whenever we are needed. Okay, and then the second example, advancement opportunities. Okay, we as human beings, we always want to be upgraded, right? So if we have these opportunities, if we have this chance given by our company, it could give us some form some degree of happiness as well. Okay, these are just examples, by the way. Uh, it doesn't mean that everyone would need the same example for them to be happy. Free lunches. The third example here that I've put is free lunches. Sometimes people could just be happy when the company just gives them free food, while working. So it could be as minimal as that. Organizations that take care of their employees are rewarded with a lower turnover. Okay, so people don't just come and go into the company, which will, of course, give the bosses a headache when people come and go. So when the company takes care of its employees, lower turnover and higher engagement. Okay, so that is the first goal. The second goal, consistent and manageable growth. While growth can happen organically, naturally, okay, those growth that we were talking about earlier, the company can grow naturally. Companies should also create strategies to set new targets. Leaders should set realistic expectations. Okay, so the expectations should not be too idealistic that it is not realistic, but there's supposed to be a strike of balance there, that can make the company grow while at the same time making the employees happy. Setting growth goals that are too ambitious could result in delayed production and delivery that negatively impacts the customer experience. Okay, number three, greater business agility. Manufacturing operations are rooted in long-standing traditions of course. Okay, that's why these companies are succeeding, right? Because they have their own traditions. All these companies that are succeeding, they have their own principles that they are holding on to. Okay, meaning they can be resistant to change and slow to adopt new processes. Okay, so the other side of that is they are going to be a bit resistant on this new technologies, because we are talking about technologies today. They are going to be a bit resistant, if not a lot resistant to these new technologies. But high performing companies can easily adapt to change. So the objectives and goals should contribute to greater business agility. So again, there needs to be a strike of balance between the principles that they are holding and also adapting to change that is happening all around the world today, right? This is where efficiency is going to come in. Okay, this is where ultimately the happiness of the employees are going to come in, when they adapt to whatever proven strategies that has been used by other companies as well. So the main um, the main way that this can be achieved is by embracing digital transformation now. Okay, manufacturing led the charge during the industrial revolution, as I have mentioned earlier in my industrial revolution timeline, right? The industries has led the way. Okay, from the factories, from the machines in the factories that are using charcoal and water and steam, we change to the electric machines, and so on and so forth. And this has been seen by the external, by the public, of how the factories are doing things, and they are adopting that as well. So this is what I meant by the machines. The factories are actually charging the way. Okay, it's actually paving the way for the others to adopt new technologies. But now the industry lags behind in digital maturity. Okay, so we can see digitalization everywhere, in education, in entertainment, and so on. But in the factories, digitalization is not so much. There's not so much upgrade in digitalization, right? So this is what we are going to be talking about today. We are trying to sort of change that as well. Okay, companies should set goals to increase their digital capabilities that can create opportunities for collaboration, productivity, and growth. And that is the end for my first chapter. Okay, so the second chapter, learning and adapting to new technologies. How do we do this? How do we learn and adapt? How do we uh, get to know, understand this technology and try to incorporate them into our work, right? Okay, first of all, we need to understand that these AI-related technologies are transforming the manufacturing industry by increasing efficiency, reducing costs, and enabling more flexible and responsive production processes. Okay, so this is what these AI-related technologies are doing. Okay, as technology continues to evolve, we can expect even more innovations in artificial intelligence for manufacturing in the coming years. Okay, so the first technology that is using artificial intelligence that I'm going to be talking about is the technology of energy management. Artificial intelligence systems are used to optimize energy consumption in manufacturing facilities. They can analyze energy data in real time and suggest ways to reduce energy waste. Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, artificial intelligence main purpose is to help you with prediction, with decision making, right? It's going to give you predictions, and you can make better decisions by using these predictions by these machines, right? You remember the A, B, and C modalities, the case of Rachel Wood, the image, the tone, and the words used by Rachel Wood. So we can change those modality into any modality that we would like, and then we make that prediction to make that better decision. For example, AI algorithms can analyze large amounts of data from diverse sources, such as weather conditions, A, building occupancy, B, and energy consumption patterns, C, to optimize energy usage. Okay, so those are the three example modalities that we can replace in our data set that I've shown just now for the case of Rachel Wood. So we can use a similar data set and replace them with the data that is relevant to our industry. Okay, and then this can result in significant energy savings and reduce costs. Okay, so this is what we want, what all the companies want, right? Energy saving and reduce costs. So that's one, energy management. Second, digital twins. Digital twin technology creates a virtual replica of a physical manufacturing process or product, enabling real-time monitoring and simulation. AI helps in analyzing the data from digital twins to improve performance. Okay, so this diagram at the bottom here starts from right to left. Okay, we can see real world entity from this first box in this diagram. Real world entities meaning the machines, in our case, the machines that we are using in our workplace. And these machines are going to be collecting data through its sensors. Okay, this is if this company is not using this yet, this could have been used by the company. Okay, this digital twin technology. Okay, so data is going to be gathered by the sensors that is placed strategically on your machines, and then the data is going to be gathered. Okay, this is what IoT is all about, Internet of Things, to gather data from the machines, from the interconnected machines. The data are gathered, and then it's going to be reconstructed. Okay, all the patterns are going to be uh, analyzed by artificial intelligence, and then a virtual representation of the real world entities is going to be made. Okay, these machines are going to be simulated on computer machines, uh, on your screens. Okay, and this is where digital twin happens. Okay, this is uh, the circle part here in this diagram. This is what this part is depicting, the digital twin. Okay, so the digital twin is actually just a simulation or a virtual representation of what is actually happening in the real world, and then you can apply that AI applied to digital twin models. Okay, so you can actually get another AI algorithm to actually work out the best way to how to work out these machines, or you can get people to experience these machines using this virtual representation. So you can imagine that you can minimize danger of using the real world entities. You can also make the employees more prepared before going into the workforce itself by just getting ready on the simulation. And then, as you can imagine, these employees can be more productive, can operate the machines in a better way. Okay, so this is the use of digital twins. And then we have natural language processing, or more commonly known as NLP. NLP is used for automating communication and data analysis. It can assist in supply chain communication, customer service, and data interpretation. So, what is the use case of NLP in industry? Manufacturers may rely on NLP to analyze and streamline processes. For example, voice assistants or chatbots can receive updates about the delivery time or good description. As a result, they can quickly spot where improvements are needed and make changes efficiently. This chatbots or voice assistants has been used a lot in the industry. For example, in the e-hailing field, okay, like the Grab system, for example, okay, you can talk to the chatbots um, and give your feedbacks and so on. And this data, your feedbacks are going to be taken and put into a data set, and this data set can be analyzed by artificial intelligence, just like what I've shown you earlier. And decision makers can make better decisions by using this data that has been collated and also collated by the system and given by the customers. So at the end of the day, win-win. Customers win because their feedbacks are heard, and the decision makers can make better decisions to make their companies better. Right? Okay. The next technology, additive manufacturing, or 3D printing, as it is more commonly known as. AI algorithms are used to optimize three-dimensional printing processes, reducing material waste and enhancing the quality of printed parts. Okay, thanks to the widespread availability of consumer 3D printers and distributed manufacturing platforms such as hubs, manufacturing capabilities has been democratized. Okay, however, designing such objects still require a working knowledge of both computer-aided design and slicer software. Okay, so for those of you who are using these 3D printing technologies, you would know this already. You would need the knowledge of both computer-aided design softwares and also slicer softwares for you to be operating 3D printing softwares. 3D printing technologies. The inherent complexities of such programs compels most enthusiasts to print pre-made designs available on site, such as Thingiverse, instead of designing them from scratch. However, CNET's senior editor. So CNET, for those of you who doesn't know, is a technology magazine. Um, that is quite famous. And this James Bricknell is the senior editor of this magazine. However, believes that artificial intelligence could soon eliminate this barrier to entry by enabling even those without any technical know-how to design their own 3D projects with ease. Because um, Some of you might already know this. Designing some 3D models are actually not a trivial task now. Uh, for now, you would need a lot of knowledge in like computer aided design and slicer software in order for you to design a 3D model. So AI would help with this as well. Someone without this prior knowledge of CAD or computer aided design or slicer software would be uh, more inclined, because it would be easier, it would be user friendly, more user friendly for them to use the softwares for them to create 3D models. Okay, next, customization and personalization. AI driven manufacturing systems enable mass customization by efficiently producing personalized products with minimal setup time. Okay, so this would give these are the advantages of customization and personalization. It would give better customer experience by tailoring the customer experience to each individual's preference and needs. AI-powered personalization can significantly improve customer satisfaction and loyalty. The personalized experience gives customers a sense of being appreciated and understood, which may result in increased engagement. And this, in turn, will give increased revenue for the company and also reduce customer churn. Okay, a case study that I am using here is by Sephora. So I guess by now everyone already knows what the Sephora company is doing. They are producing and selling makeup products. Uh, they 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 were not really as famous as they are today in just a few years back, right? So the reason I can safely say that they are in their place today in the market is because of artificial intelligence. They are using artificial intelligence. Sephora is a global company which is specialized in selling and promoting beauty products. The company is using AI powered personalization to create a more personalized and engaging shopping experience for its customers. Specifically, the company is using machine learning algorithms to analyze customers' facial features. You remember the features, the modalities? So we can put all those modalities. Um, Skin color, eye color, um, the the size of your eyes, for example. So all of this can be put into modalities and can be analyzed, and of course at the end can be predicted uh, what this customer really wants as their makeup products, right? Okay, specifically, the company is using machine learning algorithm to analyze customers' facial features to recommend them makeup products that are suitable for them. Sephora has reported that this recommendation tool has increased customer satisfaction and trust, as the customers using this tool are more likely to make a purchase than those who do not. Okay, next, cybersecurity. As manufacturing becomes more connected and data-driven, AI is used to enhance cybersecurity, detecting and preventing cyber threats and vulnerabilities. So we have preventing online frauds, behavioral analytics, secure authentication, phishing detection, network security, and faster detection. So all of this can be assisted. Okay, it's not 100% done by artificial intelligence yet today. The cybersecurity, okay, the gatekeeper of all our digitalization in our system, right? So we don't want the hackers or the fraud to get into our system. Okay, so AI can assist us with cybersecurity as well. For example, phishing detection. In order for us to label as someone who is trying to get into our system as phishing or not, we can get some modalities again. Okay, put them into data analytics, and then at the end, they can be labeled as phishing or not. Okay, so the fishes, the fishes are going to be detected by AI. Is going to be predicted, and this result is going to be given by given to the decision makers, so that the decision makers can say whether we are supposed to ban this user or not. Okay, the next one, worker assistance. Wearable devices and AI-powered tools can help workers with augmented reality and real-time guidance, improving efficiency and reducing errors. Okay, so artificial intelligence, for those of you who doesn't know yet, is that goggle that we are wearing, so that the screen can be seen straight straight away from straight from the goggles, and we can see how the real world works through that goggles. Okay, I'm going to show you a YouTube video on this AR technology later. But before that, AR industrial applications can provide shop floor workers with infinite and contextual guidance at the point of need. Okay, so this is one advantage of using this augmented reality technology. It can sleek production processes and quickly alert workers to errors in real time, enabling them to address issues before affecting productivity or quality. Augmented reality simplifies data access in manufacturing by providing access to a range of data points in a single view, improving decision making. Okay, the technology does this by giving workers a visual representation of the data. Augmented reality also reduces maintenance time in manufacturing by offering operators, technicians, and engineers live assistance. Okay, you can see live real world scenarios on that goggle. Okay, with the maintenance process. Additionally, industrial augmented reality applications allow for remote help from experienced professionals to complete maintenance tasks rapidly. Okay. So as I have mentioned before, I am going to play this video now so that we have a better understanding about augmented reality. So this video is provided by DHL, which is a shipping logistic company, and here is the video. Okay, I hope that video has given a bit more of an understanding about augmented reality technology. Um, I have been told by the host that the sound were not working, but the subtitles were there to help you. I hope. If some of you would like to watch the video again, you can get this link from our host as well. I will be giving this link to our host as well after this if you'd like to watch it again. Okay, let's get on with this presentation. Okay, now the last chapter for this particular session, effective communication and visualization. As promised, I will also be giving a little demonstration about the best way to communicate the analysis that you have done or the predictions that you have done to the decision makers, or if you yourself are decision makers, this visualization can help you with making this better decision using data. Okay, so these are the most famous, uh, the five of the most famous. There are some more actually, but these are the five of the most famous visualization tools of data analytics and artificial intelligence in the market today. Number one, I'm sure some of you have already heard of some of this already. Number one, Tableau. Number two, Microsoft Power BI. Number three, Polymer. Number four, Monkey Learn. And number five, Orange. So because Orange is an open source one and the easiest for us to install, is just like any other application installation. You can just go onto your Google search engine and then you just type in Orange Data Analytics. Because if you would have Googled Orange, then Google would give you the pictures of the literal orange, right? So you should Google something like Orange Data Analytics or Orange AI tool, for example. Okay, and then install it like I said, like any other application installation, and then you would be able to straight away use it. Okay, okay. So before I go into the demonstration of Orange, because I will be giving you a demonstration of how to use Orange, I'm going to end this session with this PowerPoint slides first. Okay, with this graph here. Okay, this is actually already a prediction because as you can see on your right, uh, in the year 2026, the market size for artificial intelligence is going to be 202 USD billion. Okay, so as you can see, it has been rapidly moving from the year 2015. um, the market size of this artificial intelligence, meaning that companies all around the world are going to be utilizing artificial intelligence more and more very rapidly. Okay, so this is the time that we uh, we are supposed to get into artificial intelligence as well. Okay, this is high time for us to get into this as well. Okay, okay, thank you. Any questions so far before I get into the demonstration?
Hi, thank you, Dr. Saifullah, for the eye-opening section. So I see that there are quite a few questions that have been sent by our viewers. So I think let's dive into the Q&A sections now. All right. So the first question is from Muhammad Faisal Halim. Doctor, may I know what actually digital twin construction? Is it algorithm or what?
Okay, thank you for that question. So, digital twin is actually just creating this real world scenarios, twinning or imitating those real world scenarios into a digital one, a simulated one, so that people can use this simulated version of the real world scenarios and make it more safer for us to work on per se, and this would consequently be more um, effective in making the employees understand the real world scenario first before they get into the real world scenario. So they are actually tools more than algorithms. Of course, there's going to be some artificial intelligence algorithm at the back end, but this digital twin, this digital twinning is actually talking more about the tools of creating this real world scenario into simulation, simulation counterpart of this real world scenarios. Thank you again for the question.
All right. All right. So we'll go to the second questions from Dania Paris. So, hi, doctor. As AI evolves rapidly, so how can we stay ahead in integrating with AI advancements?
Okay. Sorry, can I check? Are we still looking at my screen, because there's something that I can share from my screen? Christina?
Give me a moment, yeah. I will move your screen up.
No, no, it's okay. It's okay.
All right. All right.
It's okay. I can answer this without the help of my screen. It's okay.
Do you want to share screen also? Or we can
No,
just put your
no,
screen.
we don't
All
have
right.
to
All right.
share.
Sure.
We don't have to
All
share.
right. All right. Sure.
Okay. What was the question again?
Yeah, so as AI evolves rapidly, so how can we stay ahead in integrating with AI advancements?
Okay, so this could include investment in research and development. So these companies can put a little bit more money into research and the development, allocate resources to support AI research, and collaborate with universities as well and research institutions to develop innovative AI solutions, right? Because we haven't heard this a lot, like this collaboration between the industries and the research institutions or the universities, right? Even though it's happening, um, I'm sure it's happening somewhere, but we haven't really heard about this from the industry or the universities a lot. So let's try to improve this, make this a norm. The second one, pilot programs, launch pilot projects to test AI applications in real world settings, gather the feedbacks and refine the technology before the scaling up of the technologies, right? So we need to have more of this pilot programs, skill development, offer training programs to upskill people, such as this one. Okay, this one is a bit more on the surface side. It's not too technical, but it's good nevertheless. Okay, so this kind of trainings can enable the employees, the citizens per se, okay, to effectively use and integrate AI tools, understand them, and be ready to welcome the future.
So we will move forward for the third questions. So from Roger, could you share examples of successful AI implementations from other countries that Malaysia could draw inspiration from?
Okay, the first that I can think about, because I've just been to a conference in Japan, is Japan. Okay, Japan utilizes robotics and AI for tasks like reminders. Okay, there are actually literally physical robots at my friends' houses in Japan now that can remind them of their tasks that they are supposed to be completing today. And then mobility assistance. Okay, they can bring you um, to from point A to point B, and companionship. Japan is actually using robots as their companions as well, as friends, companions. So they are not too lonely, I guess, if they don't have friends. And then South Korea is employing AI-powered chatbots for social interaction a lot now. As some of you might already know, South Korea is not so big into using Google. They have their own search engine, which is more focused on South Korean people, which is called Naver. Not sure how that is pronounced. It's spelled Naver. So this system not only can give you the capability of searching like Google, it can also be a chatbot companion as well. And then China is implementing AI-driven remote monitoring and predictive analytics to detect health issues at the early stage. So it is more preventable. It would not become a big issue if this health issues is detected at its early stage, right? Everyone knows this, and AI is used in China for this kind of purpose. Yep.
All right, sure. So let's move to the next questions. So do you foresee any potential economic implications of widespread AI adoptions, and how might they be managed?
Yeah, of course. So on the positive side, Christina, we have efficiency gains, right? We've talked a lot about this efficiencies throughout my talk just now. AI could lead to improved efficiency, of course, throughout all these technologies that we can use that I've mentioned earlier, and because of that, we can have economic growth as well. The more efficient the employees are, the more growth the country's economy can be. But also on the not a slightly not positive side, we can have job displacement as well. So the systems are going to be uh, replacing human beings in their jobs. While some routine tasks might be automated, new roles could emerge actually in managing and maintaining and improving AI systems. So you can look at it as jobs moving, not terminated. Okay, like for example, the servers at McDonald's, for example, we some of us thought that the servers at McDonald's are being replaced by this big ordering machines, right? But actually, this jobs has moved uh, from being a server at McDonald's. You can actually become the maintenance worker for those machines. So you have to upskill yourself for you to be able to do this, to respond to this movement of these jobs. Yeah.
I see. I see. Thank you for Dr. Saifullah for answering these questions. So we'll move to the fifth questions from Lim KK. So he is asking, is it expensive to implement AI in businesses? Is it more software focused or hardware?
Okay. So as I have introduced myself earlier, I am the program leader of Bachelor in Engineering of Robotics and Artificial Intelligence. So essentially, what you are asking is what is the percentage of robotics and what is the percentage of artificial intelligence, right? So I would say for now it is around 50-50. And talking about the expense that you need to pay. Okay, so this has been discussed a lot among ourselves, the researchers of artificial intelligence and robotics. Um, it would be more pricey per se for you to train and get these technologies going at the beginning. Okay, but if you look at it in the long run, instead of paying these employees this this much amount over and over again, you can actually think of it like paying it one lump sum at the beginning only, even though it's a bit more pricey, but for the long run it would be more feasible in terms of the expense. Yeah.
I see. All right. So we have a few more questions coming in. So let's move to the other questions. So from No Haslin Fitri, she's asking like, "Hi doctor, I was wondering how can machine learning models enhance energy efficiency in smart manufacturing facilities?"
Could you repeat that question again, Christina? Sorry.
Yep, sure. So she was wondering how can machine learning models enhance energy efficiency in smart manufacturing facilities?
Okay. So there are a few features that can be taken from the field of energy. Like for example, what is the weather today? What is the energy consumption that has been used by these machines, and so on. So all of this data can be gathered easily by using the sensors that are placed strategically on the machines, and also um, uh, that can be downloaded from the weather department and so on, right? So all of this data can be put into one big data set, and this big data set is going to be analyzed by these machine learning models such as logistic regression, software, support vector machine, decision trees, and so on. The ones that are more popular today, like convolutional neural network, recurrent neural networks, all these neural networks, right? All these machine learning models can be put onto to work onto this data sets, and the predictions at the end are actually the matter that is the most important for us to be making decisions on whether we need to save energy on this machine, whether we can save energy on that machine, and so on. Yeah, so machine learning is good in that way. It's good for us to be making prediction and helping us with the decision makings.
All right. So I have two questions coming from the viewers named Singularity. So the first question he asked, what is the AI which are mostly used by in the companies, especially in Malaysia itself?
What are the AI models?
Yeah, which are mostly used by in the companies, especially in Malaysia itself.
Okay, thank you for that question. So, for your information, I can use my own experience for this question. I have been a consultant of one e-hailing company in Malaysia, which is like Grab. It's not Grab, like Grab, which is trying to basically imitate what Grab is doing, right? Grab is triumphing right now. It's very successful right now because of data and the use of artificial intelligence model behind it, behind the screen, behind your screen. Okay, so instead of just the user-friendly user interface that you can see, like can I get a car or can I get some food using the Grab application. Actually, some recommendations are given to you according to what you have, or what the people in your area has ordered before. Okay, so this historical data has been analyzed by, like I said earlier, the machine learning models such as the neural network, support vector machine, logistic regression, decision tree, and so on, to give you the best recommendation, the best route, for example, the best food which is supposed to be on top of the list, and so on. So this kind of systems, the users, the avid users that has been using artificial intelligence mostly in Malaysia. If you look at this if you look at it globally, then again, softwares like Uber or Netflix, for example, is recommending you the series that you are most likely to watch according to the historical series that you have watched in the past, or the series that has been watched by your fellow countrymen, okay, the people in your country, and so on. So for now, artificial intelligence is actually used mostly in softwares like this, that you are recommended something, okay, like Facebook, the social media platforms. Okay, I'm pretty sure Priscilla is quite familiar with this social media platforms that are recommending uh, new friends to us and so on. So recommendation system is very prevalent in the way of AI is used right now, but we can see more and more physically as well. Like here in Singapore, we can see that robots are taking orders, and then now it is starting to recommend you what food that you would most likely to like as well, according to the historical orders that it has been getting, and so on. Yeah, I hope that answered the question.
Yep. All right. So the second question's from same person. All right. So for those new generation of people, what is the base of AI they should be learning and the roadmap they should follow as a future candidate global job market?
Mm, that was quite a long question. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So for those new generation of people, what is the base of AI they should be learning and the roadmap they should follow as a future candidate global job market?
Okay, so firstly, they can join uh, trainings like this one, or they can register themselves into a more formal degree like what I am leading here in Singapore, the bachelor degree of robotics and artificial intelligence. Also, there's a lot of micro credential certificates that are available online right now. Like Google is giving a lot of free micro credential courses in their platform as well. Uh, People are talking more and more about artificial intelligence as the days go by now. I think ChatGPT has been a great help in making people aware about this. Um, so there wouldn't be any big problem for us um, to be finding the right certificate or the right training for us to be uh, to have this understanding of artificial intelligence for the future. Particularly, there's actually one website or platform that I'd like to recommend, which is really, really good in giving you the understanding of how artificial intelligence work in the back end, because artificial intelligence is essentially at its lower level is just mathematical equations. So you need to learn the mathematical equations first in order for you to actually understand the higher level of artificial intelligence. So this website is deeplearning.ai, deeplearning.ai. So the main instructor is Dr. Andrew Ng from Stanford University. I have learned a lot from that website. So if you're interested.
All right. So thank you, doctor. So yeah, the following questions will be: how can we as individuals utilize AI for personal or in our professional career? Also, please suggest that the best app to use to achieve predictions and better result.
Okay, I guess I can go into my demonstration now because this is directly related to my demonstration just now. So, as some of you might already know, applications like Tableau or Microsoft Power BI is becoming more and more famous now because you can do um, good predictions just like that now, and you can actually screenshot and show your friends, your colleagues, or your boss the framework that you have used in order for you to come up with these predictions. So you don't really need to say that this is just your opinion anymore because this has been driven by data and you have used this data to make up this opinion, to make up this prediction. Okay, so I'm going to show you this now. Christina, right?
Yep. You want to share screen now?
Yeah, can I share my screen now just to
Yeah,
answer
sure,
this
sure.
question? Yeah, and also demonstrate this.
Yeah, share screen. Have you already shared the screen, Dr. Safula?
I think I've stopped it just now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. Done.
Okay, so this is how orange data mining would look like. So now, for those of you who has not used this before, instead of just knowing orange as the fruit or the color, now you have one more orange in your life, which is this orange data analytics tool. So this big part here in the middle is called the project space. Okay, so you are going to be using this project space uh, for you to be creating your framework, this data analytics framework. Okay, so first of all, there's always going to be 4 steps. Okay, the first one is the input, where you are going to be inputting your data set. Okay, you remember the data set with the modalities. Okay, so all these modalities are going to be analyzed by some um, machine learning algorithms in order for it to help you with making this prediction, right? Okay, so uh, first of all, I'm going to be putting this widget. Okay, this is all of these are what we call widgets. Okay, the explanation is here on at the bottom here. Okay, so the first widget that I'm going to be putting is this file widget. Okay, so like I said, the first one is always going to be the input. Okay, so if I double click on this, so this orange data set tool, this orange data analytics tool is getting more and more famous because it's very user friendly. You can just click and drag and drop it onto your project space here. Okay, so it's very user friendly, no need for coding. Okay, no need for deep understanding of these widgets. It's very intuitive. Okay, so you can just double click on this and then you can browse that data set that has been gathered by the admins of your company. um, but in this case, I'm just going to be using this free data set that is given by Orange. Okay, this is just a sample data set that is given by Orange. I'm going to use this Titanic data data set, which includes these features here. Okay, status. Okay, what is the status of the, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this Titanic is. It's a ship, right? It's, a ship that got into this accident with the iceberg and it sunk, and some of the passengers survived and some of the passengers did not survive. Um, a Hollywood movie has already been made about this tragedy as well. So just a backstory, just a background for you to understand this. Okay, the first thing that you have to do is understand your data set, right? If you don't understand it already, then you need to understand it. You need to talk to the people who has been gathering this data first. Okay, so in case of this data set, The first row is status. Okay, status of the people. They could be a crew, first class, second class, third class, and so on. Okay, age is just between adult and child. Sex is just between female and male. Survive is just between no or yes. So you would know no means they did not survive, and yes means they did survive. Okay, so I'm just going to close this box there. In order for me to look at this in more detail, I can click on this dotted lines on the right here and drag it out, and then I can choose one recommendation from this list. Okay, if I want to look at it in more detail, I can choose data table, for example. Double click on the data table. This are the data that has been given to me. Okay, so this is the first feature, or the first modality as we call it in artificial intelligence or data analytics. Okay, survived is the first modality, status is the second. So you can see again, first class, second class, third class, crew, and so on. Okay, age, adult, some adults and some child, as you can see. Okay, where are the child? Okay, you can see there are some child here as well. Sex is just between male and female. Okay, so those are the data given to me. So what can I do with this, right? Okay, so next I can click on this and drop it again here. Okay, some pre-processing needs to be done as well. Okay, so the second step is pre-processing. Okay, the first step, as I told you before, is the input. Second step is pre-processing, because data sets are not always perfect. There's always going to be some empty cells in your data set. Okay, so this kind of mistakes that was done by the data gatherers, okay, or the people who inputs the data into the system, right? So this kind of mistakes we need to pre-process first. Okay, for example, missing values. What can we do with missing values? We can replace with random value, or we can replace with average or most frequent value. And then we have other type of pre-processing as well. Okay, but I'm just going to be using just one. How do we replace missing value for now? I'm just going to replace it with random value for now. Okay, pre-processing is a very important part of this process, because we need to take care of all those imperfect data, right, inside our data set. Okay, pre-process. Next, select columns. Okay, we need to select which one is going to be our target, or sometimes it's called label. Okay, what are we trying to predict actually? Okay, how many are going to be surviving, how many are not going to survive, right? Okay, so this is the label that we are most interested in from this data set. Okay, who are the survivors and who are not? Okay, so all the other features we put on top here. Target, survived. Okay, we are going to be closing this. And then the next one, which is actually the fourth step, I'm going to be putting here. Okay, the fourth step is the score. Okay, which is the part where we are most interested with before we make that decision, right? But this is the fourth step. Okay, this is the first step. The second step is the pre-processing, and the third step is actually machine learning analytics or machine learning models. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, according to Orange, is I'm going to click on this input bar or input line, if you like, on this score, on this score widget. Click on it, drag it out, and there's going to be some machine learning models that's going to be recommended to you in this pink widgets here. Okay, so as you can see, these widgets are also color coded. Okay, input and pre-process are all in orange, the score is in blue, and machine learning models are all in pink. Okay, so I'm just going to use logistic regression and 3 for now. Okay, so as you can see, I can use many machine learning models at the same time. Okay, naive bias, okay, and so on and so forth. If you want to use more, you can do that as well. And after all of this has been done, you can click on the score widget and see, okay, see what have we done with the prediction, with the analytics. Okay, so these are all the score actually in percentage. Okay, so F1 measure 75% by using 3 model, 76% using naive bias, 76% using logistic regression. Okay, precision 82% using 3, precision 77% using naive bias, precision 77% using logistic regression, recall 78% using 3, 78% using naive bias, 77% using logistic regression. Okay, so if we were to delete one of these, for example, oh, we need to connect this back. We would be having just 2 models here, 3 and logistic regression. Okay, and with all the results here. Okay, so what does recall means? What does precision means? What does F1 measure means? I don't think we have time today for me to be explaining each of these evaluation metrics, but all of these are metrics for you to help you, to assist you with your decision making. Okay, these are already the metrics which can help you explain better your decisions, and this is actually the framework that you can visualize and you can show people. Okay, so like I said earlier, you can actually screenshot this because this is actually already a framework. Screenshot this and put in your report and tell your report reader that this is the framework that you have used in order for you to come up with that decision that you are making in the report or in the presentation. Okay. Okay, so that's all for my demonstration. Cancel this. Okay, back to you, Christina.
All right, thank you, Dr. Sefula, for the demonstration. All right, so I think let's go to the last 2 questions for today's sections. All right, so the next question is it safe to assume that from machine learning data, the rates are calculated based on a series of data, including on our number of view of the rate for rate checking in terms of price comparison?
Uh, there were some words that were not so clear just now, Christina. Sorry, can you
Oh,
repeat that?
all right. Let me repeat it again.
Yeah.
So, is it safe to assume that from machine learning data, the rates are calculated based on a series of data, including on our number of view of the rate for rate checking in terms of price comparison?
Oh, yes. Yes, if price is your main concern, then yes, the features, the columns of the data or modality, as I have used in my presentation, um, all this analytics, all these predictions are based on those columns. Yeah.
All right, so here's we go for the final questions for today's sessions. So, from Yahya Arifs, for an SME company that is starting to go towards digitalization, implementing IR 4.0 technology, and embracing smart manufacturing. So her question is, what is the first step of technology that can be implemented within the production line that is not too complex and is feasible for the budget of an SME company?
Okay. So I would suggest, because this is from my own experience as well. This is from being a consultant for that e-hailing company that I have mentioned earlier. I think the first thing that is not so pricey and is also good for the overall happiness of the employees is that you can use this Google form to create a survey of what the employees really would like to see improved in the company. And then from there you can collate the data, okay, put them into a data set. Okay, I can actually teach you how to do this step by step, but I don't think we have the time now. So we just collate all this data of your employees feedbacks, okay, because feedback is actually very important as well, especially when you are an SME, I think. And then the machine learning analytics after that is going to help you with the decision of which feedback is the most important, and also recommend to you how to actually entertain these feedbacks.
All
Yep.
right, thank you again, Dr. Saifullah, for answering all the questions by our viewers. So I would like to thank you all for taking some time out of your day and joining us in today's enlightening sections on IR 4.0 in smart manufacturing using artificial intelligence the right way with our distinguished speaker, Dr. Saifullah Razali. All right, so I hope you all found these discussions as enlightening as I did. So before we sign off, I would like to remind you of a few important things. So we value your thoughts and opinions, so please take a moment to share your feedback with us by clicking the feedback link on the description box. Your insights will help us to improve and tailor our content to better serve your interests. If you are hungry for more knowledge and want to stay connected with us, make sure to follow Quantatics Academy on our social media platforms. You can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram under the name Quantatics Academy. Join our online community to stay updated on upcoming events, discussions, and valuable content. Lastly, if today's section sparked your curiosity and you're eager to explore more thought-provoking topics like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you'll never miss out on our future videos, where we dive into fascinating subjects just like today's. A big thank you to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Saifullah, for sharing your expertise with us. Your insights have truly broadened our horizons. And of course, a heartfelt thank you to all of you who joined us live. Your participations and engagement have made this discussion come alive. And we are truly grateful for your time and attention. So don't forget to check out our website as well, as we will be updating our ongoing and upcoming talks and workshop on it. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. We'll be back with more thought-provoking content that pushes boundaries and ignites curiosity. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring the fascinating world of technology and innovation. This is Christina Lai from Quantatics Academy, signing off, and take care and see you all in our next exciting session.